Hello everybody and welcome to Ian's Bricks. So as you know, I do quite a lot of reviews about different topics on Lego. I do occasionally build Lego sets and do reviews of those sets. However, they tend not to get too many sort of likes and comments and things like that. So I decided to do something differently. I've actually been buying quite a lot more sets over the past few weeks and months and so with the intention of building sets. I feel as though, especially over the last year or two, I've probably not been building as much Lego as I would have liked to have done. Part of that is because I don't have a lot of room to store things. I've got this storage cabinet behind me which hasn't changed a lot really over the past year or two. So I'll be, at some stage, I'll be taking stuff out of there and putting new stuff in. But there's been quite a lot of sets that I've been wanting to buy and to build. So what I've done, rather than do an individual review on each of the sets I've built, I just wanted to do a general overview and show you the sets that I've been building and tell you how much I enjoy building them, the good parts, the bad parts, and things I liked about the sets, things I didn't like about the sets and things like that. So let me take this question mark down. These are the sets that I've been building over the past few weeks. So as you can see, we've got 4 sets here. We've got the pirate, the minifigure tribute from the Lego house, which I bought in Denmark. I've got the piranha plant, which I've actually bought fairly recently, and I wanted to build that. I've also got the new McLaren Speed Champions Formula 1 car there, and I've also got this slightly unusual, but this Carousel Ride here. It's unusual in the fact that it's more of a gift with purchase, but it is a set that you can buy in store. So I'm going to start with the smallest sets and work up to the biggest ones, and sort of give you a brief overview of how I found the building experience for each of these sets. First off then, we have this set here, which is 40714 is the set number. It's called the Carousel Ride. 232 pieces, was released in March of 2024, and this will cost you £21.99 if you're buying in the UK, $24.95 if you're buying in the US, and $24.99 in euros. So this is a set that is only available, as far as I'm aware, from Lego stores and lego.com. I wanted to buy this because I do like sort of fairground rides, carousels, big wheels, roller coasters, that kind of thing. It is a small set. I'm very aware of that, but it's I just sort of I thought it was quite an appealing little set. You do get 3 minifigures with the set. You get this adult piece here who comes with a ticket piece here. This lady, she's sort of got a denim jacket on. That's quite a nice piece. Apparently all 3 minifigures are sort of exclusives. I'm assuming it's the prints on the torsos are exclusive. We have this young child here. He's got the small legs with the jumper on, or the sweater with a zigzag pattern, which is on both front and back. He comes with a little popsicle, a little ice pop, and you get this other small child character here, again with small legs. She has a little raccoon top, which I really like actually. I do like the look of that. She comes with a camera and also a sort of a 5 coin as well on there. You do get an extra one in the pack. And you also get a little bit of back printing as well. So the minifigures are okay for this kind of set, nothing too special. I think the set itself, what I quite like about it is that obviously it does move. So you've got a little function on the side here where you can move the carousel round, and the whole thing will move around. What was quite strange is that this the base that it goes round on isn't actually circular. It's a slightly different shape, just got sort of straight sides on it, but it does work quite well. It does stick out a little bit, as you can see, when you turn it round there. Fairly simple mechanism. You also get 4 different sort of vehicles to sit in, as it were, and each one of them's got its own sticker. So there were 5 stickers in this set altogether. 1 for the carousel ride here, and 1 each for each of the things. You've got the swan, you've got the fire truck there, you've got a whale. I do love how they use the little diamond piece here for the water coming out of the whale, and you've got a little pirate ship as well. And the child figures do actually fit in there quite well. Basically they just sort of slot in there, and there's a little slot in there for the legs, and they do stay in there quite well. So yeah, altogether nice little set for quite a small price. I just thought it was a nice thing to have, and I think if you do have any kind of amusement park or anything like that, or even just a sort of a play area in a city or something like that, I think this is a very useful addition to have. A nice little set for a small amount of money. I do actually really like this. The build itself was okay, nothing too difficult to build on this, but as you can see, it's fairly straightforward. If I sort of turn it around, we have a lamppost here with a little bird on top. And if you can see all the way around, there we go. And we also have a new piece here. I think this is available in other sets, but I do like it. The banana peel skin. It does feel as though it's a slightly different plastic. It's slightly bendy plastic, but it's quite a sort of firm. But it's got a little bit of give to it. So hopefully those end pieces will never snap off. So really nice little set. This I do actually quite like this, and I'm pleased I actually built this because it was a fun little build. Didn't take me too long to build either. Next up we have this set here, which is 76919. This is the Speed Champions 2023 McLaren F1 car. This was released in March of 2024. It has 245 pieces and is priced at £20.99 in the UK and £26.99 in the US and £26.99 in euros. I have to say the Speed Champions are making some really good vehicles at the moment, but this one in particular appealed to me, and I have to say I really wasn't disappointed. I think this is an absolutely fantastic looking set. Look at the profile of that vehicle. I mean, I used to be into Formula 1 a lot more than I am now, but I think as a build for a small vehicle, this is absolutely amazing and packed with so many details. There were lots of small and fiddly pieces to put together, and as you can see, the vehicle is covered in stickers. I think that was the only downside of this particular vehicle, was just the amount of stickers and the placement of some of them as well. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a bit, but we get the one minifigure here. We come with the orange helmet here, which has got a printed piece on top. We've got a nice McLaren logo printed on the front of the costume here and on the back as well. And we do also come with an extra hair piece as well, so when he's not got his helmet on, we can actually see his hair as well. So yeah, I mean, look, there's just so much detail in this. I do love how the whole thing looks and sits. It sits quite close to the ground as well. It just really looks what it's supposed to be, this car. As you can see on the bottom here, we've got quite a few little weird pieces that are sort of stuck on rather precariously, but things do tend to stay together quite well. The front of the vehicle was ingenious how sort of that went in and then clipped into place and then put into kept into place with the wheels. But as I say, there are things do come off a little bit easy. Things like that there's just come off quite easily with me handling it. And as I say, the amount of stickers on here was absolutely crazy. There were some printed pieces on here. I'll try and point those out. So this little piece at the front, this FX Pro piece, is a printed tile. This section here is all printed tile as well. We also have this as a printed tile on top here. These two bits at the side, so these little angular pieces here, so this is a sticker, but this OKX bit here and the colours on printed, so we've got one of those on either side with a different profile. And is there anything else that wasn't printed? Oh yeah, we had a little game controller in the front here, which is the steering wheel. That was also a printed tile, and the wheels as well. The wheels are rather nice, they're printed, and these little bits in the middle as well, they're printed, but everything else you can see on here is stickers. And I have to say, some of the stickers were quite difficult to get on. You have these sort of bits here which are inverted concave sections. They were quite difficult to put on, and also I was finding that particularly one of the stickers didn't come off very well. So this one on the side, when I was pulling it from the sticker sheet, it sort of pulled off some of the sticker bit as well. It's not the end of the world. It was the only one that did that, but a few of them were quite difficult to get off the sticker sheet, and I think because there's so many of these stickers that it just becomes a bit monotonous after a while. And you've got some really fiddly ones to put on, like this one here. That's a sticker there. So that was the only downside of the vehicle, but I have to say the finished product looks amazing. You have the halo here, which you can move up and down to get the minifigure into the cockpit. Fairly sort of small area there, but he does fit in quite nicely. Great little feature here. They'd actually used some black spoons as the rear view or the wing mirrors. I think that's a brilliant little touch there. Again, some of the parts usage was really ingenious, and there were a couple of newish parts as well, probably ones that you can't see, but this angled piece here, that is like a 2x1 cheese slope, so that's a relatively new piece, I think, at the moment. I think possibly, I'm not sure about these bits here, they'd actually also used a ski in the middle there, which is sort of built into the side. So very clever parts usage, as a lot of these vehicles are. So yeah, a really nice set this. I have to say, as Speed Champion sets go, this is probably one of the better ones, even though it was quite fiddly to build with lots of small parts and the stickers. I did actually really enjoy it. There's just something about putting these Speed Champion sets together which is so clever, and to get some of the shapes and angles that they do on these vehicles is really, really good. If I had to give this a mark out of 5, I'd probably give this 4.9. It would have been perfect if there weren't so many stickers. I think the stickers is the only thing that let it down, but I really can't mark it down too much, because I think with the stickers on, the finished product looks great. If you don't like putting stickers on, you don't have to obviously put them on. There were a few printed tiles on there, but yeah, if I had to give it 5 out of 5, there would have been more printed tiles in here, but as it was, I think 4.9 out of 5 is quite a good mark for this particular set. Really, really nice. Next up we have 71426, the Piranha Plant. This is 540 pieces, was released in November of 2023. Cost in the UK $57.99, recommended retail price. It's $59.99 in US dollars and $64.99 in euros. As soon as I saw this set when it first came out, it's part of the Super Mario range, but I just wanted to buy this. I think the look of this, the finished look of this, is absolutely amazing. I love how the whole thing looks. The build itself was quite a nice build. You sort of build it in, I think there are 5 or 6 bags. You sort of start at the bottom, build the base bit, you sort of build the stalk, and then the two leaves at the side, and then you get on to building the head, which is probably the most fun part of the build, is to build the actual head. It's very clever again how it all goes together. The mouth can open and close, as you can see. And you can sort of get that all the way back there. We have these teeth sticking in here. I love how this pink section in the middle is sort of the tongue area. You can obviously see a lot of the Technic parts and the workings on the top. That sort of looks okay. I mean, the roof of your mouth does look a little bit like that, to be fair. Now, the only thing I think that sort of lets this set down a little bit is that this is actually quite top heavy. So this is quite a lot of Lego up here, and it does sort of sit on this ball joint, which in fact it stays in place. But as you can see, it doesn't stay up because it's just too heavy, and I get that, that's fair enough. There's a lot of Lego in there and it's too heavy, which does mean that you sort of can't position the mouth in certain ways. It does have restrictions, so that was a slight letdown there, that sort of does that. And also, because it's so heavy, I found that if you tilt, so this whole thing tilts here, and it's fairly good how it tilts, but if you tilt the whole thing forward, it's very, very top heavy. And would probably, if you moved it around or knocked it, it would probably quite easily fall over. So there's slight limitations to it. It's best off if you sort of push the whole thing back, and you can open the mouth and it will stay open. You can tilt the head, which is great. But as I say, you can't really tilt the thing back because it will just come forward. These leaves on the side are really, really good. They can stay flat like that, or you can have them curved and you can move them around. So that was good that you're able to do that. And the base as well is quite nice. You do have a little feature at the bottom. If you just see here, we've got a little trap door, and there is a button on the back here, which I'll just show you there. And if I just press that button, oh, there we go. The bottom comes out, and we've actually got 2 of these printed coins in the bottom. And the idea is you can clip that back into place. You can put the coins in there like that. Oh, make sure they go in. There we go, a bit like a money box. There we go, they just fit down the side there and sit in loose. It'll go in, there we go. And then you can operate that. Again, fairly simple mechanism, that trapdoor, but a nice little extra feature to have in there. I particularly, in the build, love these printed tiles here. I think they're really, really nice. You get the ones with a big white spot on them, and some with the 2. You get 4 of each, and I just think it looks really, really good. And it's not too big, it's quite easy to display, and I think for a lot of reasons it was quite a nice build. Lots of interesting building techniques. You can see here how these are all sort sort of built on the side. So it's quite interesting even how the base went together, but particularly it was very, very good how this sort of all goes together. The top bit here with the mouth and everything. I think it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So again, as a sort of a building experience and a set, I would probably give this close to near perfect marks. I think just because of the slight limitations with the head and being a bit heavy, I don't know how you would resolve that, but I'll probably mark that down a little bit. So I'd probably give that a 4.5 out of 5. So pretty good set, nice little build, not too large, easy to display, and yeah, very, very good set. Really pleased to have got this and to been able to build it. Final set then, it's probably the best one out of the lot, is 40504. This is the minifigure tribute, which is the Redbeard figure, and it's basically an upscaled minifigure. It was released in March of 2023. This is a set that's only available from the Lego house in Denmark, and it costs 599 Danish kroner, which at the moment is approximately £70, around about $80 or 80 euros. As soon as this set came out, I think it was a set that I wanted to get. I always knew I wanted to get it. You get a nice instruction booklet here, nice big book here, which sort of has got the Lego house, home of the brick at the top there with the set number. Interestingly, you don't get the little scan code at the bottom to get your 20 insider points when you scan it, but never mind. Just so much about this set, which was just a really pleasure to build. Now, I have built the upscaled minifigure, which is available from Lego stores at the moment. So there was a lot of similar builds to that, but I have to say this is just something, it's just absolutely brilliant. So what I can show you is the whole of the minifigure, or the large figure, does come off this base here, and it does stand up on its own. I'll just sort of briefly show you the base. We just have these sort of this stand here. We've got the printed tiles here, a minifigure tribute Lego house there, and it's just a black base with this sort of piece here. And I don't think I can take this off. I might sort of destroy it if I take that off. Let's just show you something inside. There we go. And what was interesting is you had these two little pieces of gold Lego. There's no reason for them being there apart from that some of the pirate's treasure which is hidden away in the base. So that was a nice little Easter egg there as you were sort of building this particular set. And obviously we have two different plinths here just so that the legs can fit on there, and I have to say it fits on really well. It's quite easy to get the minifigure back onto there, and that will just hold the figure in place. There we go, and that's a really nice stand, really sturdy. As you can see, the thing has got quite a lot of Lego. It's a little bit top heavy, it does wobble, but it won't fall over. And like the other figures that you get in this line, is the legs do actually move as well. So you can put the legs down like that, and you can actually sit the figure down and it will stay in place as well. So again, very clever how those legs worked. You do get a couple of stickers with this set. So the pirate Jolly Roger motif at the top is a sticker, as is the Lego map here. So if you don't know this map, this is a map of Denmark, or it's supposed to be Denmark, I think, and this little cross here is approximately where Billund is on the map. So it's a nice little sort of Easter egg there, that you've got the pirates map with a hidden treasure, and the hidden treasure is in Billund in the Lego house. So that's a nice little thing there. It's just sort of a built block there with a sticker on top, so nothing too special. Quite a lot of features in this particular set I really liked. Obviously we have the legs which move. I love the wooden leg as well, that's brilliant. All these features on the front here were very ingenious how this went on. This whole section here is actually side built, so you can see all the different layers there. One thing I did notice, and think this might just be mine, but you can see these printed tiles here on the base, which is the beard. You can see the one on the right is slightly printed lower than this one here. I think this is probably a slight mistake. You can sort of see how it sort of goes up and is a little bit weird, but this face piece is printed as well. The hat was a bit weird when I was building it, but actually I think the final model looks quite good for the hat. I wasn't quite sure as I was building that would look any good, but I do think it looks quite nice. And you have these little epaulets on the side, and they're really good as well. We have the hook. The hook was, I mean, just simple curved pieces here that you sort of stick on. That's just a little angled piece here which fits on there, so that was quite good how that went together. I'll just show you the back of the figure as well. Nothing too much going on here. We obviously have the two legs. We have this sort of band here around the middle. The head does move. I'll just sort of show you there that that does move. You can move it all the way around like the Exorcist. Yeah, you can angle that, which is good, but it just goes left to right. It doesn't do anything else. One other thing I just wanted to point out, and I'm not going to take the figure to bits to show you this, but there was a really fabulous little Easter egg inside of the actual build for the head. And you can see here for bag 7, it's just probably easier to show you in the instructions rather than take the head off. But you sort of start off by starting with a blue piece for the head, and then you put a few things on the bottom, but then you literally have this piece here and this little plant piece here, and it goes to make what is basically a desert island. And the desert island is actually in the head. So you sort of build a little arch over it there, and you build up more, and you can see that eventually as you go through the building process that everything sort of fits together and finally builds the head, as you can see. So I just think that was a really nice little touch from Lego to put, obviously the pirate is thinking about islands and being a pirate and living on a deserted island. I think that's a really nice little touch. That I thought that was just really cute. So that I really liked as well. All in all then, this has to probably be one of my favourite Lego builds ever. I have to give it a 5 out of 5 maximum score, even though it's got 2 stickers on there. They were nice big stickers, quite easy to apply, and I do think you needed sort of those stickers on. You needed the Jolly Roger on there. I suppose you could have done a printed tile for that. That would have been quite difficult to do as a printed tile on that particular piece because it's quite a large piece. So that really doesn't detract from it at all. We do have a couple of printed tiles as well, obviously with the words down here and on the face. So it's not all bad. But yeah, just the build itself, and I think for me just the final model, how this actually looks. I mean, I probably have had more intricate and more sort of interesting builds. As I say, it was very similar to the upscale minifigure that you can buy from Lego, the one with the red and in the red and blue. It's a very similar in parts to that, but I just think the finished model on this is absolutely amazing. I think because you can only get it from the Lego house in Denmark, I think that just makes it sort of slightly more exclusive and makes it sort of probably more appealing than it should be. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. A definite 5 out of 5 from me. There we have it. They're the 4 sets that I've been building recently. I have to say I really enjoyed all of them. I have put them in order from left to right of sort of my favourites. So I think probably my least favourite is this. I mean, I do actually still like this little set. It's just fairly simple and straightforward. It's a nice little set, quite a cheap set to get, and the build was okay. I didn't give this a mark earlier. I would probably give this probably about... Well, I'd like to give it maybe 4 out of 5, maybe a little bit less, maybe a 3.75 out of 5. Nice little build, nothing too special though. My second favourite was the piranha plant. I had a hard choice between choosing between that and the McLaren car because both were really, really nice sets. I think the finished model of this looks really, really good, but I just maybe think the building experience, and I know it was quite fiddly with the McLaren F1 car, but I just thought the build of that was just slightly more appealing. It was a little bit more sort of not intense, but just a little more tricky, and probably as a builder I sort of enjoyed that a little bit more. And I just love seeing how some of these small parts and studs not on top techniques go together with particular sets like that. Yes, the stickers were a pain, but I think you know, don't let that put you off getting this particular set because it was really nice. And of course my favourite set has to be Redbeard. Just absolutely brilliant, probably one of my favourite ever sets that I've built, and just the finished model, I'm just so happy with the way that it looks. It's absolutely brilliant. Definitely worth a trip all the way to Billund in Denmark to go and pick that up. I don't regret going all that way to get one Lego set. It certainly was worth it. There we have it, that's everything then. I have to say I really enjoyed building all of these sets. I know I've sort of been marking them out of 5 as to which are my favourites, but I did enjoy building all of them. I do feel as though I probably haven't been building as much Lego as I should have been doing, but I think that's probably going to change. So maybe look out for more videos like this in the future. But yeah, I certainly enjoyed building these sets. I think particularly, as you can tell, this is definitely my favourite. I absolutely love this set. So if you are able to get your hands on one of those, do, because it really is fantastic. Hopefully Lego will continue to do these upscale minifigures. I have heard some rumours that they might be doing a spaceman. If they are, I'll definitely be getting that as well. But I think all in all, I've had a really nice time sort of getting back to building a few Lego sets as well. So I have got a few other things that I'm currently working on and building, so keep an eye out for sort of a review of those sets as and when I build them. But that's pretty much it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, take care and I'll see you then. Bye for now.